Union Territory Jammu and Kashmir and Leh and Ladakh, they are new Union Territory in India. And we have seen in discussion that Union Territory is nothing but a territory which is controlled directly by the central government. It can have assembly with a chief minister. It may not have assembly. Like Leh and Ladakh is a union territory which is very big, 62,000 square kilometers. For a union territory, it is very big. In that case, it does not have an assembly. It is a matter of surprise because people they are just watching the Jammu and Kashmir election and they are keeping quiet, even though they are bigger in size, but they don't have any election. Jammu and Kashmir election is there, chief minister is there, but he only, I won't say he's a puppet, but his main job is to kind of help the lieutenant governor. Lieutenant governor is responsible for electricity department, water department, land reform, land taxation, everything. Lieutenant governor is responsible. But since state is big, then assembly, then election happens, and chief minister with his ministers, they help lieutenant governor. If I say in some coarse word, they work under lieutenant governor. Whereas in other states, the chief minister he does not work under lieutenant governor. Chief minister is chief minister is independent and he does not need any approval from the governor. Okay, he can collect the land taxes, he can collect the electricity bill, water bill, whatever whatever is under his functionality, he can do. He can give subsidy, whatever he wants, he can do, and he need not report to the lieutenant. This is not governor's job at all. But where he is bound is that he cannot appoint government employee equal to district magistrate superintendent of police and above. That will come from center. So it is something like a small person only but independent. Below that he is independent, but in Jammu and Kashmir he cannot appoint a fourth grade staff also because he is helping lieutenant governor. Everything for anything goes wrong, lieutenant governor is accountable, not the chief minister, because he is the main authority there. He is helping lieutenant governor. But in other states like Bihar, Uttar Pradesh, chief minister is not helping lieutenant governor. If anything happens, chief minister himself is responsible. That much independence is given, but all throughout he is not completely independent. He is small only. Army, there are army camps in states. Okay, so those are fully controlled by the center CRPF or any army. If cantonment is there, the central government is responsible for it. And then higher range government employees like district collector and superintendent of police also is controlled by the center. They appoint it. Below that only it is state government, but it is independent. Now the scenario that is coming is that prior to Jammu Kashmir and Haryana election, there was a rumor that BJP is going to lose this election. If that is the case, then it was certain that every election BJP would lose. If that is the case, in 2029, the Central Assembly election or the Lok Sabha election, it would be mere a kind of showcase formality because guaranteed that BJP would lose the way it is losing state by state. Then central province election will also it will lose. To sustain that, BJP brought a bill. BJP is bringing a bill, one nation, one election. Means in 2029, single election will happen. In that election, Lok Sabha election and every state, the assembly is provincial assembly election and central assembly election. Both will happen together. In that way, the BJP, the charisma would kind of, it will come into effect in a state and whatever it is. Main idea is that central assembly election BJP should win in 2029. So they think that Prime Minister has a so high image among the people that with his image everything will go all the correct. Now, Congress, the opposition party, India Alliance, now it is opposing it, saying that no, we don't want it because they were winning state by state and 2029 election was with them. So they were saying no, every state will have separate election. We don't want together. Now that was the situation. So even though the BJP government is bringing this bill, one nation, one election, the India alliance, the opposition, they were opposing it, and this is a amendment in constitution is required to pass the bill. That is two-third majority in upper house and lower house, House of Lords and House of Common and House of Lords. Both places, I don't know which one is common, which one is Lord, upper chamber and lower chamber. Both where two-third majority is required to make the amendment in constitution, which BJP does not have. In lower house, Lok Sabha, certainly it is mere in simple majority that is with coalition. So it cannot modify the constitution. But post Haryana and Jammu and Kashmir, where it was a debacle for the Congress, in Jammu and Kashmir there are merely 6 MLA, and Haryana they lost the election amid there was a speculation that with big majority margin they would win. Now situation is that both are on the same plate. Now BJP is in dilemma what will happen in 2029, and Congress is in dilemma that what will happen assembly if now the coming fourth, the imminent election is Maharashtra and Jharkhand. If this election Congress loses again, then it is almost sure that this bill would come in the parliament. One nation, one election, where the expenditure is less. This is what government is showing because in one time, if all election happen, now it is 4,500 crore is the net election expenditure. It will reduce to 1 or 1,500 crore. This is my expectation because every time the election happens and big money goes there in one go, then it will mere 25% money will go. So 1,000, so lot of money it would say. But BJP don't mind losing that money if they coming to power. What is meaning of money if they don't come to the power? Now the post Jammu Kashmir and Haryana election, now both are in dilemma now. What to do? Now BJP is thinking that if they are winning one or two election now, even they win Maharashtra and Jharkhand election, what is guarantee that post that they will win the election one? If they start losing after that, then 2029 election there is a high chance they would lose. That they don't want to lose. Central Assembly, India, the Constitution, India, there is one thing that is called theory, and one is called practical. So in India, the practicality is that 99% of the power is with central government. State government, they are mere a puppet, same as what was in British Raj. So in British Raj period, the 99% of the power was with center, means with Victoria, and 1% was power with the state government or princely states, kings. Okay, so central government, they used to collect all the taxes, few like land taxes and whatever they were with them. In return, central government used to give money to all the state and kings. They were enjoying that money that was coming for free. The only thing which was not enjoying were people because central was putting heavy tax and they were sucking blood of the people to fetch the money. Similar thing is going on. You can see GST 28% whatever. So central government has all the power. State government cannot say anything even if its citizens, state citizens, they are completely being sucked up by the central government. So not only 28% is the 30% is the income tax and 28% is the sales tax. Everything is sales tax, market tax, income tax, everything is collected by the state central government. State government in return, they since their people are being sucked up their blood, so in return the central government gives some money to each state, monthly wise, yearly wise, whatever. With that they give salary to the state government employee, and they keep for their expenditure and for other whatever comes to their mind, their mind. So that is the hierarchy of the country. So practically, state government has no power at all because all the military, cantonment, everything that is in state, all belong to the center. Now, state police, the superintendent of police and above belong to center. Means their employee come there. So, state government practically it is same as the war it was at the time of British Raj. No power, practically no power. Everything is from center. So winning the center election is the most crucial thing. If you win, if there are 28 states in India and 8 union territories are there, so all along it is 36. If someone wins 36, full 36, and he loses central government election, then it is as good as he has only 1% of the practical power and 99% power is with the center. So if someone winning the central assembly election and losing all the states, then he lost only 1%. 99% power is with him. So war, main battle is for the central assembly election that will happen in 2029 Lok Sabha. For that, all the rule regulations coming to the picture. Now losing the Haryana and Jammu Kashmir, now BJP and Congress they are on the same plate. What to do? Because assembly by assembly, if Congress is losing, then 2029 Central Assembly election, if state by state Congress is losing, then high chance that 2029 election it would lose. Same thing is with the BJP. They want to election, but scenario was they would certainly lose it, but somehow they won it. Luck will not favor every time. What if they start losing? In that case, then there is no, they are in the same plate. So now, post Maharashtra and Jharkhand election, if BJP is winning both the state election, now Congress will come, Congress and its allies, India alliance, they will come to the same plate that one nation, one election. Not only that, they would even advocate, they would even advocate that next central assembly election would happen the way it happens in United States. Prime Minister election directly, not that the way it happens, member of parliament they get elected and they shall select the prime minister. Prime minister election should happen directly, the way it happens president election in United States. This is what Congress would propose in 2029. If they had won Haryana and Jammu Kashmir election and then Maharashtra, and if that was going on, then certainly they would not have gone for the one nation, one election, knowing that all state, if they win, there is a high chance that they will jump on the 2029 election. Now, country is moving towards one nation, one election, fundamental. Both are they now both will give definition that country is in money crunch and people are poor, and in that case it is not good to spend too much money in the election. So why don't we think about one nation, one election? Even expenditure will be even less if only prime minister would get elected directly, whatever it is. Now, situation is it is good for the country or bad for the country. It is certainly good for the country. If expenditure is less, then certainly it will bring that income tax or the sale tax or whatever the tax, GST, whatever, it should come down. Gold rate, petrol rate, and those rates should come down. Not only the expenditure that election commission is making during the election, 4,500 crore is direct government expenditure. What about parties expenditure? They make much more expenditure during the election, and that where from this party they get that they fetch from the people only from one wherever they are forming a state government or whatever they suck from them. At the end, lakhs of crore they it comes from the people's blood only. So if election happens one time, and I would prefer prime minister election directly, then expenditure will be too less. One time only expenditure rather than every state they are throwing money in water. So that will go away. So, what is suggestible to the people? Suggestible to the people that don't go and don't vote to the Indie Alliance Congress. So if you don't vote it to the Congress, then situation will arise that both will go for the Constitution amendment, and prices of the items would come down if they are not finding reason to spend money. Poor people, they do not have money to spend. These people, they will not find reason to spend the money. After all, they have tons of money, but there should be reason to spend the money, right? They cannot go and throw on the road. They can distribute money to the poor only during the election time. So that will save a lot, save a lot. So I believe people would understand this concept, and they would go and vote not with the Congress. Then Congress would come up and go for the Constitution amendment, historic thing that would happen in India. Earlier kings were there and they were ruling for 30 years, no election, nothing. And this kind of expenditure was zero, not less, zero. At that time, rupee was $1, 1 rupee was $12. Means people were rich. So let's try this, what we are kind of thinking and suggesting.